Hey everybody, it's Klaus the Restoration Channel, and I'm your monkey host, the monkey. Yep, a monkey. What do we think it looked like? A rabbit. Today we're going to have a video on how to make an awning. This is something everybody could use, and something that everybody needs at some point in their life. I hear it's easy to make, easy to put up, and don't even weigh that much. That's all I've heard. I didn't watch the video yet. So, watch the video, learn how to make an awning, get it up, better your house, make everything look good, and also time for the monkey joke. Here it goes. A set of jumper cables walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Hey you better not start anything." Yep. So, now it's time to start the show. Like, subscribe, share, comment, everything, other stuff that I don't know. And anyway, hope you enjoy it. Now, after you watch the video, go make yourself an awning and have fun doing it. So long from the Klaus Restoration Channel. I made this awning. I made it out of a piece of plain sheet on the top, riveted it in, made it out of the metal pieces I used on the roof, or the ceiling I mean. Put rivets in it to hold it all together, made the frame. Let me show you how I done it. Today I'm going to be building a awning smaller than the one that I built before. The tools you will need are right here. You will need some blind rivets, a hand riveter, or an air riveter. I'll be using this. Metal cutters, preferably like the kind like this, aviation snips. Safety goggles, a drill with a proper size bit for the rivets. This is an impact driver. A drill's fine, and a pencil. We're going to make the awning out of this kind of metal. This here was left over from the ceiling that we put in. So what we're going to do is, I already have two pieces this size. This awning is going to be smaller than the other one. I need 4 of these. I'll cut 2 more of these down. They'll go in like this, have a slight degree of angle to them so the water can run off. The first thing to do is cut down 2 more of these. To cut down 2 more of these here to fit that side, and this here is not, it's level enough. You don't have to make these perfectly level. Then take your aviation snips, cut this side up to the line, you're getting close-ups. And then cut this side up to the line. Bend it over. And cut across the back. And here's one. We need one more. And here you go, cutting this like this. Bend this over like the other one. Next, make sure all of these are virtually the same size. They are. What to do next is to take the joining pieces, measure how far you want to put this in like this. Cut this piece here back about this far. Bend this back. Measure where this is going to be put in here, like so. And then we drill the hole in here. One more extra tool I forgot to mention. Grab some pliers. Make sure this is pressed down. Also is put a piece of tape on this side and on the other side to let me know this is the top. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find the angle of degree, which is about this much. I'm going to take this punch. You don't need it, but it helps. It puts a little dimple in here, right there. So when you drill, it won't be so it won't be skating all over the place so much. And once that's in the hole, you get it in the hole drilled, you take your rivet, connect the two pieces of metal together. Make sure it's sticking through good, because sometimes it'll push the other piece down. Put my angle of degree on here a little bit. And then once that's done, go to the other side and do the same thing. Make sure when you drill this, your fingers are out of the way when you're holding it under the bottom, so the drill won't hit your fingers. This will still have some bend and some movement, but not too much. So you always want to check your angle. Make sure that it's facing down enough. So this will be the straight part that's back next to the wall. So this will angle about like that. Take this part that you cut and just bend it back over. And once this is built, see, it still moves, so you can still get your angle, but you don't want to have your angle too far off. Now that one piece of that part is done, so now we're going to move on and do the next piece the same way. And the method also, I'll demonstrate with this, the hand riveter, is you put this in here and crank it until it breaks, and you see how long it's taken. That's why I don't do it. That's why I use this. But anyway, sometimes 2 or 3 cranks with this will do it, sometimes more. But you see why it's much easier to use something like this if you can get one. But if you don't, then this is just fine. Bend the top back down. Peck on it if you want. And there's another piece finished. Like that. And also mark this. Just take this all the way around. So this is the top. Right there. The next step is finding the angle that you want, like this. Taking another piece like this, which I can actually use this one. That way I won't waste a lot of metal. And then take, just like before, take another piece. Small work area brings problems. And my pencil's gone. Here it is. Measure down. Same method, same routine. You can make these longer if you want. I'm making this like this because this is a small awning. And I don't want to waste a lot of this metal. If the awning was any larger, I would have had to have cut down more metal. Right now, this one is fine. So there's the 2 pieces. Here's the leftover here. So now, bring this one back. See here, this is why if you want to, you can wear gloves. Because I've got cut already. But it's never going to be that bad, never going to be that deep. So, continue on. Measure your, you can cut the sides out first, the same way you did the top. Bend these back, and then we'll find the measurement. Then we'll find the measurement on here. Same thing we did before. Cut about a ½ inch back, but this time on both sides. Go ahead and do both of them. A bit more. Bend these back. Cut that yet. Bend these back like this, same method as before. Now the angle of this one is going to determine the angle. Okay, the angle of this one is going to determine the angle of this one. So you can insert this flat side facing down, so you can see a flat side, or you can face it with this side facing down. It will coincide with the rest of it. That's the way I'm going to do it. Find out where you want it. So I'm going to put it about here. I'm going to go ahead and crimp some of this inside piece down. Make it easier to put this in because this is a locking track. I'm going to put in this bottom piece like this. And then I'm going to drill the holes, if I can get it. I want to drill the holes here. Start with this one first and then insert the other piece. This piece is bent. It's bent a little, so I'm actually going to take some of this end off, not much. Put this in here. Back as far as you need it. Find out where you want it. You gotta try to put it all the way back as far as you can get it. Alright, that seemed to work. Just have to find methods of making your project work. When you're working with things like this, you're going to be having a few problems. It's just the way it is. But you can get it. So we got this one side, going to bring that back. Take this side up to here. When you do this part, you're going to have to watch your angle up here, because this is, if you don't keep your angle, then you're going to be in a lot of hurt. Angle on that one. You don't have to make the angle that steep, but you don't want it no more steeper than this. But you can raise it up a little if you want. But because I'm using the smaller piece, the angle is going to be a little bit different. Because like I said, I don't want to waste another piece of metal just to get a piece that's just about 2 inches longer. Always make sure your rivets fit snug in the hole, not too loose, because when you crimp it up with your riveter, if the hole's too big, it's never going to hold good and the rivet will actually come out. Now this angle is going to dictate this angle. You want to make sure you want your water running down, not sideways. So line these up the best you can. Mark your crimping points right here. Go ahead and crimp this in. You know where that goes. But before you do the top, always double check before you put your rivet in. There's always a margin of error and stuff like this. You don't want that margin of error to be so big that your water's running off your awning sideways instead of forward. Woo, the looks! Go ahead and measure up the side a little bit because this thing's sliding around on it a lot. 18 and a half up, 18 and a half up. Bottom part will be down there. Measure this also on any mistakes with this. So it's 29 and a half. Give or take a little, give or take a few millimeters. Once this A-frame part is done here, the rest will be easier. Ask a little help from my assistant again. I'm going to go ahead and put on some gloves. I just got cut 3 more times. So sometimes it pays to go ahead and wear some gloves. I can get a better grip on this.
Good help? Yes or no?
Just try not to wear gloves because they mostly get in the way. Alright, if I can ask help from my assistant to push this in here. Here's part 2, the A-frame part. This here's the top. I'm going to do next is put the back piece on, which is going to go across. So we'll determine how wide this is going to be. Centimeters, 90 centimeters. So, where's my other piece? I just had, here it is, 90 centimeters, so it's 90 on this one. Piece. What we do here is actually get this piece back. Measure this piece here. The width of this here on both sides. What you're going to do is you're going to cut these side pieces completely off. And cut them completely off until they're gone. And then do the other side the same way. Far down, you want this, you want the first one at the top. Put the other one, make sure it's down. So let's try to get this grill right. This is going to be actually removed very little. Anytime you're working, if you can conserve some of your stuff, then do it. all that's going to be at the back. And now we put a few pieces on the front and top, and this is finished. We put a few pieces on the front top here, and we're done with it. Here, also 90 match the back. We'll put one here to drill into, one at the bottom. We'll put this piece, these two small ones. This is finished that fast. So we'll measure out there 90. This one here fits snug on the top. This one here is off. This is a reclaimed piece, but it don't matter as long as that at least one piece is holding good. So we're going to take another piece, we're going to put it from here to here, and then we're going to take two more smaller pieces and go from here to here, and we're finished. Smack me on the piece real quick. Our work building. Try to center this out as much as possible. And now we move on to the final and last part of the framing. Just putting two pieces here. Measure these separately. Don't measure one and then go make both the same size. These things are never 100%. Take one more piece.
And you're done.
This one doesn't reach all the way across. So do one more. Mark this one here. Or you can get a piece and go all the way across by bending and cutting this out. I'm going to put two separate pieces so I can stagger them a little. You almost got it. Like I said, you can put one long piece or you can stagger two pieces. Staggering two pieces I think is the best, so that's what I'm going to do. Get a hold better. This will be the last piece of the framing. Last piece of this framing in here, and the next step, the next day or two, will be the next step, I should say day or two, because it's going to be pretty quick on the video for people watching it. Alright, now this is the framework complete. The frame is now finished. So all that needs to be done now, cut the plane sheet to fit the top, rivet it close to the side and through here. The center pieces that go vertical and the center piece that goes horizontal. That's why you want these pieces in here. You don't want the aluminum sheet, even on a small area like this, flapping loose. One thing, rivet it will cut down on the noise that makes the rain hits it, and it also will prevent sag, and just overall look of it will be much better. So when this top, the back, things like this, like I said before, when I go to put the top on, I can add another rivet here maybe. But this is going against the back wall, or maybe I'll just push it down and let that be it. And go against the wall like this. See the pitch, so the water will run off. So this is it for the awning framework. Simple, easy build, and without a camera and having to teach how to build it, then you can knock things out pretty fast. Get these done really quick. So you want to build one of these, go for it. They're cheap, they're easy, and they're good to have. So that being said, I'll see you next time. We're going to finish up the awning and get it hung outside. What we're going to do now is put the plane sheet on the top. It comes in rolls like this. You can get it in different gauges, which means different thickness. This thickness here is fine. It's really thin. It will serve the purpose. You need something like this. Scratch around this. Get the size. There, pin snips like this to cut it with. When you're handling this plane sheet, you want to be really careful. It's very sharp, very pointy. You want to wear some gloves. Usually I neglect to wear gloves, but you just come up with cuts on my hand. Sometimes for me it's easier to handle without the gloves. It's always a good practice to wear them. And when you undo this, this is under tension. So you want to hold it firmly. You undo it because it will spring open. And you can also get hurt that way. You don't want this stuff hitting you, especially in the neck or somewhere, or the eye. See how this rolls? You want to be careful with it. Once you have it unrolled, put this back here to block it. I'm going to put this up here. Hopefully it will fit this way. And it won't, so we don't have to take the piece this way because it won't fit the other way. Just hoping it would. We have to get more. Have to make an extra piece. Put it up here. This doesn't have to be perfect. This has to be good. Any extra piece, extra hangover on your awning that's a little bit off and easily be cut once you get the top on. We'll mark this here. Mark this here. Give myself a little bit of leeway. Not too much. I'm going to use another optional tool you may or may not have, which is a framing square. Try to level my cut as level as I can get it. And as long as you've got a long point like this, framing square. And any other point that you align with this will also be straight. So when you align this here, as long as this side, once you're about 6 inches back, and this is lined up with the line that you made, it's going to be straight. When you cut your plane sheet or wood or anything, you don't want to trace what you built, especially in a rough awning like this. Doesn't need to be perfectly square. Wrapping this edge to wrap back around this is not good because you're going to have this loose end. Just take it all the way down. Bring back our working tools. Get ready to finalize this build. So like I was saying, put rivets in these selected areas that will not leak. These rivets lock in there extremely tight. And the way these rivets are shaped, we'll have a problem. The other awnings that I've built have been up in rain already. Nothing's ever been no leaks, nothing has ever happened. You don't want to put rivets in here, you have this area, you don't have to, but it's a good idea to do it, but it's your choice. But if you don't do it, you're going to have wind resistant problems and other problems come up in the future by not doing it. This plane sheet has to be secured properly. And proper securing of this plane sheet will result in lots of problems in the future, bowling, sun warping, and other things that you don't want to deal with.
So what do you unnecessary?
This here is extremely necessary, and it's a step that must not be left out. You see how it's securing it down, where it's up here, it is up. That is something you do not want. Sun warping and things that bowl this up and out and in different wavy directions result in water flow being toward the sides instead of the front, because it can cause a lot of other host of issues. And here it is, finished product. Let's check my distance here. Jagged edge, there's somebody hitting their head on it. And it's ready to hang. So the awning is now finished and it's ready to hang. To hang the awning, I'm going to use there's many different methods to hang this. You just have to figure it out. You can use those chutes that we put in a wall, which is where you have to drill a hole in the wall to wall cement, things like that. A little bit more work to go that route. But the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to use a cement nailer, and I'm going to just nail it into the wall using a cement nailer. I'll see you outside. Okay, now we're going to hang the awning. I'm just going to have my wife eyeball it. Make sure it's level. That's all it needs. Hang it too low because you'll hit your head when you come around that corner. I can't hang it too high either. Because that, my nail gun. This one will get the same treatment. It will have foam behind it. Is it straight? And I was hoping to get a nail in there. I don't know if I can. And let's see. Okay. Right there. It's hard to get this up there, but it will go. The cement on this area, it's not. The cement on this area is old and I'm out of nails. Because I'm wearing reading glasses and not goggles, each time I pull this trigger, I close my eyes. Just don't want that cement flying back in your face. Okay, it's good. Good enough. It's hitting rebar in here, but it's still holding it. You can always cut this off. It's in this U-track anyway. So this is it. It's flush against the wall pretty good, better than the other one. There's a person who did the wall on the other side, didn't smooth it good. This one has dips in it too, but not as bad. I'll still put a little bit of foam in it. But other than that, this is finished. So there's an awning. I hope you enjoyed the video of how to make a simple awning. Very fast, very easy, very lightweight, but very effective. And making an awning like this is much easier than going all out, making a big awning that takes a lot of time. You don't have to use tools like this. You don't have to use tools like this. You can drill, like I said, you can drill holes back into the wall. Put the plastic chutes in there, screw it in, but this is a faster method. Building an awning like this doesn't look bad. It's attractive. You can make it any way you want, any size you want. And with that said, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Put some comments in the section below. And I'll see you next time. Happy building. I'll give you one last piece of advice on making your awning. If you're unable for some reason to get these blind rivets or a hand riveter at least, which you should be able to get these, they're sold pretty much everywhere. If you're having trouble getting this, you can use a button head screw. And the button head screw is self-tapping. Use one about this size. I won't say the size of this in millimeters or inches because countries vary in their measuring. This will sit down in the channel, and when you rub over it, it will be, you won't hit it because it will be down in the channel because of the size of this button head screw. And when you use a button head screw to put your pieces together, because it is self-drilling, it makes it very easy to do. Just put it on down in your channel, line it up the way you want. Put it over here in the corner. Put it the way you want. Drill it in. You see how easy that is. Drill it in. And here's your button head screw, head down in the channel, very strong, and it won't come loose or back out. So this is another method, another way to put your metal together for your awning if you can't find a riveter and some blind rivets. But if you can find the riveter and the blind rivets, this is the better way to go. It is cheaper, and you'll be for sure that this will never come loose. But this will never come loose either. But if you're looking for price, blind rivets are the best way to go, and they're very easy to use. Thanks for watching, and happy building.